Bondi presence, yet another boring and lame. Tactical Guide 4. Ruby Sanctum 25 Heroic, Halion Encounter. Keep Halion in the middle, just where he is. The main tank does not need to move at all, unless Meteor Strike is going to land on his head. All the raid, which means ranged, melee, healers and off-tank should hug at the side of the boss. That is because his tail hurts and standing in front will not do good either. Remember, hug means that you stay on top of each other, not 20 yards away. Whenever you get debuff called Fiery Combustion, stop doing whatever you have been doing and run behind you, as close to the wall you can. When you reach the wall, someone has to either dispel or decurse you. If you are too slow with reacting, you will take much more damage, therefore making it more stressful for healers. Generally anyone can get to wall just by running in less than 5 seconds. Once you get dispelled or decursed, there will be a dot on you. Remember, you can use many different abilities to avoid damage, such as Demonic Circle, Blink, Fire Ward, Defensive Stance, Sprint, Cloak of Shadows, Anti-Magic Shield and so further. When the Meteor Strike is about to happen, all you have to do is to move to other side of the boss. Once it lands, Living Embers, and a Living Inferno, will spawn. The Embers has to be picked by Off-Dunk and once he has aggro, you should AoE them down. The Rogue can help with tricks and Fan of Knives. The Infernal has to be kept 15 yards away from Embers, until Embers dies. When they are dead, simply move him under Halion and passive cleaves will kill him. When the Infernal dies, the off-tank has to move to hug spot and wait for another Meteor Strike. Once again, if you get Fiery Combustion debuff, go to the wall. Once there, dispel or decurse, use a speed or defensive cooldown, get back to hug spot. Slower your reaction is, more it will hurt. Fiery Combustion on you, move fast, kiss the wall, dispel, decurse, move back. It is easy as that. Meteor Strike landing, move to other side of the boss, get Living Embers under boss, AoE them, tricks and Fan of Knives helps with aggro. Keep Living Infernal 15 yards away until Embers dies. Once they are dead, get Infernal under boss, cleave him. He dies, tanks go hug the rest of the raid. Repeat same procedure until a portal appears. Once it is there, everyone click it. The main tank, however, should enter first. Remember, if everything is done correctly, only tanks and person with Fiery Combustion will take damage. Do not stand in fires. Basically everyone can get to the wall under 5 seconds just by running, therefore after you get either dispelled or decursed, you should use listed class abilities. When you will phase to Shadow Realm, you will notice 4 spheres rotating the room. For now, simply ignore them. As there is heavy raid and tank damage here, and it is hard to keep everyone alive, you should be a bit more careful and off-heal, self-heal or keep AoE damage reduction abilities up. Rogue's Feint is a good example. Raid has to hug up at the side, keep boss still in the middle. If you get soul consumption debuff, simply run to wall and dispel or decurse it. This time, you don't get a dot like with Fiery Combustion, therefore you will be slowed. Hand of Freedom from Paladins is a very life-saving. Use it. When your favorite add-in tells you, 5 seconds to Twilight Cutter, start rotating the boss. Make sure that main tank stands between 2 spheres and the rest of raid between another 2, just like shown here. If you stay wrong, you will be one-shotted and it is your personal fail. Remember, not standing near tail is important, as you get stunned. The hitbox is fairly large, so you can say some of 10 yards away from the boss, so you do not have to move that much and you have some time to cast. When the Twilight Cutter ends, stop moving immediately. To reduce the damage output on the raid, it is nice to use Anti-Magic Shell, Divine Sacrifice and so on. Melees has to be careful with parries, as it can result in tank's death. The tanks has to save cooldowns for each cutter. If you have none available, ask people to help you out. Repeat the same process until 2 portals appear. Once they do, half of the raid, 2 tanks, half of the healers and preferably ranged clicks on them. Rest of the raid ignore them. In the Phase 3, you generally do same as in Phase 1 and 2, according to your realm. However, as for last edition, on top of the screen you will notice a Halion's corporeality indicator. If it is on 50%, everything is in order, as damage in both realms is balanced. If it is 60% or more, then people in Fire Realm has to slow, or completely stop DPS on Halion. If it is 40% or less, then people in Shadow Realm has to slow or completely stop DPS on Halion. Continue to DPS once it is back on 50. Good luck.
So that was yet another guide by Bondi, and I'm sorry for using text-to-speech, but I'm just not a very good speaker.